Eric Wheeler here with One Human Kindness, Life, Love, Legacy. And this video is going to be about legacy. And under legacy, I like to showcase tools to build an online business to be able to support yourself and contribute. So today we're going to do an AI program called Jan AI. And the reason I want to do some videos on AI is because whether you like it or not, if you're using computers in a traditional sense, you are training AI. So, and arguably, you're not just training your replacement, you're training humanity's replacement. So when they talk about AGI, that means all jobs that humans do for careers. Humanoid robots and AI systems to replace all of the tasks that we currently do as jobs. One of the interesting things about this is the fact that humans will need to learn about privacy, and they'll also need to learn about something beyond our psychological nature. In other words, how we construct our world based off of our memories. As we move forward as a species and as AI systems are trained on our creativity, on our ambitions, on our technological achievements and all of that stuff, there is a existential element of humanity that will need to be adopted and explored, which is something that the majority of humanity doesn't have a chance to do because, as it stands now, we're caught up in careers. But soon that won't be a problem. So your operating system, if you're using Windows or Macintosh, there are versions for your computers as well. I'm going to be using Linux, and this is another series that I'll do, another couple of videos that I'll do under Legacy. What I surmise will be the last operating system that you'll need to use, because computing, I believe, is going in the direction of speech to compute. So in other words, instead of sitting in front of a computer, you'll be talking to an AI system. And that AI system will be using existing programs like you would use on your laptop or your tablet, or it will create programs on the fly. So this is Jan AI. It's an open source project. You'll hear a lot about open source stuff on this channel. Our principles: Jan AI. Jan is opinionated software on what AI should be. Local first. We believe your conversations and files should remain yours alone. That's why we prioritize local first AI, running open source models directly on your computer. User owned, your data, your rules. Jan stores everything on your device in universal formats, giving you total freedom to move your data without tricks or traps. Fully customizable. You can endlessly customize the experience with third-party extensions. You can adjust alignment, moderation, censorship levels to your needs. So this is one of many open source projects. I'm going to go ahead and download the app image because I'm running a Linux system and I can do that. And basically what it means is that all of the necessary tools to run this AI system are packaged up in this one little thing. So if you go to jan.ai, you can watch all of the testimonials and stuff like that. So let's dive in. Jan AI. Gonna need to make sure this thing can run. It's executable as a program. Perfect. And we hit run. All right, so I'm going to explore the hub, and we're going to do a small model. If you would like me to do some videos about these different models, then let me know in the comments below. You can use open let's see if this, I'm not sure if this download will actually work, but we will see. So let's just go with one of the recommended models. So when you're talking in terms of AI systems, large language models, you can either use them as a service like OpenAI, or you can download them and run them on your own computer with all of the benefits that I described earlier. And there are a bunch of different models out there. I'm just grateful that there's some of them that are really nice, and you can run them together in what they call agents or a swarm, and then you can have one main model that directs smaller models that come up with really good results. Now, why would you want to actually run your own model? And why would you want to have it private? For the exact reason I was talking about earlier, is if you want to start a business or you've got an idea of something that would really help people, you may not want to train commercial AI systems on that intellectual property. So if you start a Facebook group, or you have a Facebook page or Instagram or whatever, and you start talking about your business, or you talk about it with your phone, your Android or your Apple, you're training an AI model on your intellectual property. And you may not want to do that on a platform that you don't have control over. And that's a main benefit of open source software, and what I'm going to be talking about on the legacy playlist for One Human Kindness. So let us use it. I haven't played with this particular model, but what do you know about open source AI models? So, dear friend of mine took up a challenge on Facebook to do a live stream video every day for a year. And he was talking about the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So this video is the single step. Open source AI models are artificial intelligence models that are made freely available to the public. These models are typically developed and shared by researchers, developers, and enthusiasts who contribute to the AI community. Open source AI models can be used for various purposes, such as image recognition, natural language processing, and speech synthesis. One of the key advantages of open source models is they can be freely modified and adapted to specific use cases. This flexibility allows developers to customize the models to better suit their needs without having to start from scratch. Additionally, open source models often come with pre-trained weights, which can significantly reduce the time and resources required to train a model from scratch. So what this means is if you have a small corporation and you have some highly sensitive information that you don't want out there for your competitors, then you want a local model, and you can train the local model where you have control over it with your company's proprietary intellectual property and information. So that's the use case. I highly recommend having a local model and using traditional models, but being cognizant of the fact that what you do with commercial models is going to be out there in the public domain, which I think is fantastic, because we need to train these AI systems on the best that humanity has to offer, because when they become aware They're not going to be like human beings. Consciousness for a AI system at some point um, will most likely happen, barring a major catastrophe that wipes out humanity. So don't kick the robot. You might want it to be our friend when it gets smarter than us. Okay, there's frameworks that allow models like Jan to happen, and those are TensorFlow, PyTorch, and MXNet. They provide the library and tools for building, training, and deploying models. They have large communities of developers who contribute code, share best practices, and help troubleshoot issues. It's important to note that while open source AI models are free to use, they still may require significant computational resources to train and run. Additionally, open source models may not always be as accurate and as performant as proprietary models, as they are often developed by individuals or small teams rather than large corporations with significant resources, i.e., the ability to have access to all of the information that humanity has ever interacted with: software, medical records, books, research. All of that stuff is being trained for these AI models. So this is my first video to kind of diverge from that and allow a little bit of privacy while we can still do it. So this is Jan AI. And I highly recommend it as a first step to getting AI models on your computer. There's several other, there's many more projects like this, and I will be covering them on this channel. I'd love to hear your comments on the difference between private AI and commercial AI. See you in the next one.